come and eat it event. We had a smaller version of it at one of the elementary schools last year, and this year we have 12 elementary schools across LISD. And we have Chef Oscar Miranda here with us today, and he's going to help you cook something that you can eat right away. So without further ado, yes, Chef Oscar.
All right. Well, who's ready to start cooking now? Who's hungry? All right. What's the most important meal of the day? Anybody know? All right. This is our group. Okay. Well, see, we have some measuring utensils back there. The first thing about when you're making food, guys, just know that you need your proper equipment, right? So in order to get a good meal, you gotta have the proper equipment, the proper measuring utensils. Looks like somebody's already done this for me, but they're using what's called a mise en place. In French, that means to put in place. Mise en place is a very common practice in culinary arts. What does that mean? That means you put your ingredients. So in this case, we have some mint. Looks like we have some cinnamon. All right, somebody can help me out with that. Right on. Okay, we have some quinoa. Who knows why quinoa is good here? It's called the pseudo grain. Absolutely. So it's kind of like rice, but it's better. Why is it better? Anybody know? Well, hey, that's a good guess, but it's not. Anybody else? Well, that's one part of it. Right on. Well, that's another good thing. That's got a lot of good ones. Well, I'll tell you why. It's called a superfood. Why is it a superfood? Because you can also get protein intake, and you can also get your carbohydrate, and you can also get some antioxidant. You also get some vitamins in there. We want to eat superfoods. Why do we want to eat superfoods? Anybody? To stay healthy. Nice, exactly. We want to eat superfoods for nutrition density. When you guys are eating food, you want to eat for nutrition density. So a lot about this is about nutrition density. So this is a good replacement for rice, by the way. If you don't have rice, there's also red quinoa. In fact, we cook red quinoa all the time at Wilson Grove. All right. But let's go ahead and let's get started.
They have an assigned ingredient getter from each group that will get up and get the ingredients.
Right on. So let's go ahead and grab 1 cup of coconut milk, which we're going to add some quinoa on here shortly.
Plastic bowl.
I feel like this needs to be closer. Or do you want to be like in charge?
I can if you want.
I'm going to move it a little closer.
Is it videoing?
All right. How we doing, guys? All right. Who knows how many ounces in a cup?
8.
Right on.
Nice.
Okay. So when you guys know that measurement is very important, as you grow in school, you're going to use all this stuff later on. So pay attention to your teachers. Okay. The coconut milk. How far are we from that?
2 bowls.
All right. And so who's going to tell me what's going to be our next ingredient? Yes, sir.
One and 1/2 tablespoon of add to bowl with quinoa.
All right, right on. So it said He said 1.5 teaspoons of agave nectar. Who knows what agave nectar is? It's a lot like honey, yeah. So it's a sweetener. And it's a clean sweetener. It processes in our body relatively fast. So it's a good replacement for ordinary sugar. Who likes to put sugar in their food? You guys all. Sugar in your milk, right on. Well, hey, if we can reduce our sugar consumption, that is ideal for good nutrition. Remember we talked about nutrition earlier? If you lower your sugar intake, that'll be good for your teeth, and it'll be good for our body. So we want to reduce our in this case, the person who put this together decided it'd be a good idea to put some agave, which is a great sugar replacement. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's grab that 1.5 teaspoon of agave nectar.
Oh, it's my favorite. See that stuff I made? Yeah, it's the stuff that you said. I need this. I put it in. I tried coconut milk. I haven't had It smells like
Alrighty. So at this point, you guys, you can go ahead and grab your quinoa. You can go ahead and grab your milk and go and add them together.
The quinoa into the black bowl. Quinoa into the black bowl. To kind of squeeze it out.
Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and demonstrate doing the agave real quick. So I grab my agave and it says 1.5 teaspoons. So here's my teaspoon. Go ahead and add that in there. The agave is right in here. Did everybody get a chance to get some agave?
Yes, that's honey, like substance.
Yes, absolutely. The honey like. Good.
Good description.
Okay, and then now we're gonna get the half teaspoon of cinnamon. And so does everybody have cinnamon there?
No.
Right.
I believe they have to come get their cinnamon.
Okay, well go ahead and grab your cinnamon. Everybody got cinnamon? Who doesn't have cinnamon? I can come help you out. Who else needs some Who's next? Good job.
Oh, it smells so good.
All righty. Everybody have any questions up into this point? Any questions? Go ahead and say it. We're ready to go to the next one. So we got half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. You guys all have the vanilla extract there? Okay.
We'll bring it around too.
So I can even go around and help some folks out. Remember, that's half a teaspoon. And who's next?
We're just waiting on one more group to get ready. All right, great job.
Okay, so everybody here, if you're reading your paper here, we're going to add a teaspoon of unsweetened coconut flakes and some pumpkin seeds. I do have some other ingredients here. We have what's called our blueberries, and we're going to mash these up. There's a few ways you could do this. So just to let you know, when you're creating your own food, remember at the end of the day, it's your food. So have fun with it and make it to your liking. Okay, so let's go ahead. Next step, we're going to go ahead and we're going to grab the blueberries. And, okay, it says we're going to mash these up. So, okay, so you guys can go ahead and grab your bowl. Throw it in your bowl. Okay, and then would you guys, everybody, you could, yeah, you guys get your spoon and you can mash it this You don't have to pulverize it, just give them a good smash in there. How's everybody, how's the mashing coming along?
Work with what you got. Work with what you got.
That's gonna be
I think you're just wanting to kind of get juice to come out. Taste the juice. So you could take your spoon and kind of mash I was doing berries.
All right.
Let's know what you think.
All right. So, does everyone remember what we're making? Right on. So just to let you know, you can use, so I see a lot of you use all of your milk, but sometimes if you want to do less milk, you can do that too. So when you're at home and you're making this, you can use it. It's up to your liking. So go ahead and grab your berries and toss those right on top there. There's blueberries.
Yeah, I wish it was only the juice
All right, go ahead and add your strawberries. Who's ready to almost start tasting? We're getting to that point. All right. Everybody's doing great, by the way, so give yourself a pat on the back. All right. Okay. Last, we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the topping on this. So go ahead and put that plastic top you have there right over your bowl.
I'll shake it.
Anybody need any help? Okay. With both hands firm. With both hands firm on your top and your bowl. Give it a good shake. All right.
Shake it and pass the person next to you.
There you go. A little ways to the sideways. In circles. I want to go in circles, guys. All right. I think we should be good. Let's go ahead and pop the top. So everybody, I think I see some spoons on each table. This is the tasty part. Before you pan it up, you've got to taste your food. Why do you have to taste your food? To see that it's of your liking, right? See if it's something you're going to enjoy. So some people like it a little bit more sweet. Some people might want a little bit more fruit. So let's go ahead and just get a little taste real quick. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna kind of go across the room real quick and see where you're at. Is it sweet enough for some people? Okay, it's good over here. Good eater. I see we have a few in the back that disagree.
You don't like it?
Alrighty. Deadspin over here asked me, what is the mint for? Well, in this regards, they wanted us to use it for garnish, which is also decoration, right? But mint is very good for you. It's a good digestive, and it's a great way to sneak in some more nutrition. Does anybody ever eat mint raw by itself? Yeah. All right. You can grow this at home. You can put this in your water. So, you know, we're always drinking water throughout the day. So throwing some mint in there is a good way to flavor up your water. So thank you. So that's good. It's always good to ask questions.
We have in our garden, we're growing chocolate mint.
Outstanding. You have no idea. Mint, you can add it to everything and it'll give it some flavor. So you can eat this. Yeah, go ahead and give it a, take it in. Go for it. You sure can. It'll give your water some good flavor and some good nutrition. Alrighty, guys, we're going to be finishing up our last stages here. So for our last portion, we want to get our coconut flakes and our nuts. And we're going to use these for garnish. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some nuts on top. Get ready to consume my meal. Go ahead and sprinkle your coconut shavings right on top. Oh, don't worry. If you guys don't have any, I'll go around and help you out.
Give me that. That tastes nasty,
These are coconut shavings. Where's your cup? Yeah, there we go. Here, let's bring that mango away. All right. We'll put some coconut shavings right on top. You like it? Alright. So Jacqueline asked me a really good question. She said, was the quinoa cooked when we got here? I said, yes. So she asked, how do you cook it? So when you get quinoa and you're cooking this at home, it's a lot like any of the other grains or pseudo grains, which is a light grain. What you want to do is it's usually about so let's say you use 2 ounces or 4 ounces of quinoa when you measure it out. So quinoa is going to come in a little tiny hard seed like that. And so basically quinoa is a sprouted seed. And it's gluten-free, so for some of you that are gluten intolerant, it doesn't have the same protein enzyme as the rest of the grains. So that's why a lot of folks do like to eat quinoa as well. It's less reactive on the belly, but not everybody's reactive. You'll have to talk to your nutritionist on that, or dietitian. Pardon? Okay, so there's the bag back there. Let's go and check it out. Yeah, so here is quinoa. Who wants to come and check it out? We'll do one. Yeah.
I know, we'll walk around and show it. How about that?
Yeah. So she's going to walk around and show it to you. And there are different colors of quinoa.
This is what it looks like before. And you can buy it
Okay, and when you're making quinoa, so let's just say you weigh out 4 ounces. With most grains, if you put out 4 ounces of any grain or quinoa in this instance, you want to put about 8 ounces. So you're going to double your ounces of water. I personally like to bake my quinoa, but you can put it over the hot top and just stir it, just like oatmeal or let's see, who likes to eat oatmeal here? Anybody else make oatmeal? Steel oats or regular oats? All right. So we'll go ahead, and then so you want to bake for about 350 degrees, roughly for about 20-25 minutes. But you want to, if you're going to do a baking, you want to go ahead and cover it up and keep the moisture in there. If you're just doing it over the hot top, which is a hot, stove at home, conventional stove, you could just stir it until you get that consistency. All right. Does it taste good raw? Wow. Does anybody have any questions so far? All right. And how did everybody enjoy it? Okay, so who liked it? Put your hands up. Who didn't like it? All right. Why didn't you like it? Okay, let's go around the room. Texture and taste. Same? The quinoa? Quinoa? Quinoa?
The mixture in the taste.
Okay. What? It's not sweet enough, or it has too.
It has
It tastes earthy. Yeah. Okay. Well, the cool thing about quinoa, yes, ma'am, right there. Texture and taste. Oh, you don't like the coconut milk? Okay. Couldn't finish? Oh, so you didn't like it? Didn't like it, okay. Anybody else? All right. When you're making quinoa, it's a lot like rice. It'll take on any type of flavor profile you like. At Wholesome Grub, we do a southwestern flair. We put some lemon, pico de gallo, garbanzo beans, black beans, sun-dried cranberries, raisins. Oh yeah. So when it comes to cooking, it's once again, this is your canvas. You can do whatever you want. You want to make sure that you like it. All right.
Where's your restaurant?
All right, good question. Wholesome Grub, we're located in Plano, so I came all the way out from Plano to come see you guys. Thank you for having me, by the way. Wholesome Grub is located at 4609 West Park Boulevard, which is by Park in Preston or Park in Ohio. Some folks know that. I'll tell you a little about my background. So I'm an ex-military cook. I cooked in the military for 6 years. I went through various advanced culinary programs. I kind of set it down for a little while to go chase an economics degree. Once I finished my degree at Texas State, I got into entrepreneurship. I opened up 2 businesses, and those 2 businesses gave me the ability to open up 6 more businesses. And so my current venture is called Wholesome Grub. Now, Wholesome Grub is where my passion is. Wholesome Grub is my ideal way to get folks to become sustainable. And what I mean by sustainable, we're talking nutrition sustainability here. Who knows how important nutrition is in your daily life? Very important. All right. So what we believe are the core values of Wholesome Grub is called nutrition density. So we believe in 2 guiding pillars. 1, nutrition density. 2 is cleanliness of product. I don't know if I can comment on the organics and non-organics, but we do have predominantly all organics and non-GMO products, which are non-manufactured items. Before we get too deep, let's talk about core nutrition. Core nutrition, got to eat a lot of plant life, so about 70–80% vegetables. Who's vegetables fans here? All right. So good thing. You guys definitely want to sneak in your vegetables and fruits. We're going to get into fruits here in a little while. So in your daily consumption, everybody has an ideal macronutrition need. What's that? You're always hungry? Nice. Well, being hungry is good, but being hungry for the correct things is what we're talking about here. There's a lot of awesome flavors out there. There's a lot of good goodies out there. But some of them are not very good for us in terms of getting ideal nutrition. Okay, so back to ideal nutrition. You want to sneak in your veggies early on in the day, all the way to the end of the night. So each meal you guys have, try to make a majority veggies, a clean meat. Some folks who don't eat meat, they like to eat a little bit more dairy. As you get older, we kind of reduce our dairy consumption. When you're young, you can have a pretty good amount. We work closely with the Dallas Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, which is called the DAN Group. So we work with licensed dietitians to really help folks meet their needs. But we put our food in a fast food environment. So who likes drive-thrus here? Why do we like drive-thrus? Because they're fast, they're convenient. We can get up, we can get our food, and we can move on. So I decided, well, let's put a healthy drive-thru, and let's make the food awesome. So some of the things we serve is bison burgers. Who knows what a bison is? All right, what's bison? It's kind of like cow, absolutely. So the reason why we chose bison, it's hard to manipulate their consumption habits. They like to eat foliage and grass. They won't really eat grain. They always have to be on the move, so they're a very lean animal. And so for folks that are looking for a little bit leaner meat and cleaner meat than beef, bison's the next best step. It's actually the most popular meat in the country right now. But then we also have chicken wraps, organic, cage-free chicken wraps. So we use a multi-grain. Yes, sir. Today? Oh, okay. Well, unfortunately, I didn't bring any chicken wraps today. But hey, you guys, if you guys come and visit me today at Wholesome Grove, just say Oscar sent you, and you guys will get a go ahead and pick any free item on me, okay? So that's yeah. So I'll be there today. Oscar, just say Oscar. You guys will remember me, right? Okay. Yeah. So you guys will get to pick any free item on the menu. So whatever you guys like, I'll be there. And I look forward to seeing some of you guys. And we can talk more in depth about nutrition as well. And then another thing we do at Wholesome Grove, we do a lot of gluten-free items. So we want to reduce our grain intake. We can eat grain. You can derive nutrition from it. But once again, it's not ideal nutrition. I like to stick around the veggies, the fruits, the clean meats, starting with fish on down to the red meat. So if I had to put them in order, I like to eat a little bit more white fish, and then we move into like turkey, and which is poultry and chicken, and then we can get into some clean eggs. Then I like to get into maybe some clean pork if you can get your hand. Who likes pork chops here? Who likes bacon here? Nice. Does anybody here know what paleo is? Paleo recipes, paleo consumption, any of that? Okay. Well, paleo is a way to eat very primitive. That's kind of from the Paleolithic times. Anybody know Paleolithic? Okay, so we'll get into that. We're not in those parts. But that's all right. You guys are going to be very excited. You guys are going to learn a lot here in the next few years as you grow to young adults. So the paleo consumption, you'll start to see some really good recipes I like to recommend. If you guys, if you need to know how to spell it, it's P-A-L-E-O. Paleo is a really great way to make some really awesome food. Very simple. It's real food and real tasty. Who likes Instagram? And anybody on Instagram here? Who's on social media? What type of social media do you guys like to use? So you guys can use your social media to Google, research recipes. And a lot of these recipes have videos. So if you guys are more curious about recipes and nutrition and when is the best time to eat, some people want it. Some people are all about taste, so they like fruits, and fruits is a great way to sneak in some of the sweeter ones. But check it out online. There's a lot of really good information out there. All right. Anybody else? Yes, sir. Go, whoever wants. Pardon me?
He was wondering about how much at your restaurant.
So yes, good question. So our food ranges from anywhere from $2 to about $10, and everything's kind of designed a la carte, which means you order individual items based off your nutritional needs and likes. We also have some. I wish I brought some, but we have gluten-free brownies. Gluten-free. Oh, there we go. We're introducing what's called our acai berry bowl. So we do have everything from clean desserts to clean wraps to clean burgers. Yes, sir. We sure do. Absolutely. Okay, so but there's a disclaimer. When you go and ask for a gluten-free pizza, it's not on the menu, but we make them. So here's how we make our gluten-free pizza. We make a fresh tomato basil soup in-house, and so it's our rendition. It's our own creation of a pizza, but it tastes the same way as any other pizza, but it's a thin crust. So we use a gluten-free tortilla, which looks like a tortilla, but it's not actually a tortilla. And that tortilla is made with coconut flour and almond flour. And so that's how we make that. Yes, sir. Pardon? So what is gluten, he asked. Gluten is an enzyme. It's the protein in the grain. It's the protein enzyme in the grain. Some people are intolerant, which means they're unable to absorb it. They're unable to eat it in their stomach, and it does different things to them. But not everyone's like that. Once again, you'll have to talk to your physician or nutritionist or dietitian. We sell not this particular item, but we have our own version of a quinoa dish. And if you guys ever get some time, I can take you to the back, put a little chef hat on you, and we can make some fresh quinoa in the back as well. All right. Can I make smoothies? Is that what you asked? Yes, absolutely. We don't sell smoothies, but can I make them? Yes, if you ask for them at Wholesome Grove, I definitely make you one. Yes, ma'am. Absolutely, that's a really good question. She asked, for your dish, do you have to use the same toppings or can she choose something else? Absolutely, you can choose whatever toppings you like. There's a number of really cool berries out there. Right now, we just, in fact, Wholesome Grove, we do what's called our seasonal organics. So throughout the year, there's certain types of fruits and vegetables that are more plentiful or ideal to consume during the time of the year. So we just came out of what's called a gooseberry. Anybody know what gooseberries are? All right. They're kind of pricey, but they're very tasty. They're yellow. So in this case, I think a gooseberry would go really good. I also think maybe some mango. Yes. Raspberries. What other ones do we like out there? What other types? Blackberries. Mangoes. What's that? Cherries. Well, grapes. The problem with grapes, they don't have a lot of flavor. So, but other than that, I mean, if you like, why not, you know? Kiwi, well done, yes, good. So I see a lot of you guys are calling out fruits that have good flavoring. Some fruits have more profound flavor, which means they have a lot more flavor, more pleasurable to the palate, to the tongue. Yes, ma'am? Bananas, I can put bananas in there, why not? Yes, absolutely. We also have some sauces. We have a pico de gallo, our house-made salsa. We have a sriracha. Some of you folks like that. You sure can. Plums, absolutely. Not a lot of flavor on plums unless you get them right at their perfect time when they ripen really nice. We have made sushi wraps. I like to do what's called our ahi tuna. Our ahi tuna, we'll get a 4-ounce fillet. I'll use a little bit of salt and pepper, put that on the outside. We'll sear it, cut it up, reduce balsamic. Who knows what balsamic is? All right, so balsamic is actually fermented wine. It's wine that's fermented and then reduced to get to a particular consistency, which comes from grape. Yes, absolutely. Good question. You guys are good consumers. You're going to be. Yes, we can order online. This summer we're bringing out what's called our wellness platform, and we're actually going to teach people and walk them into health and sort of get them to understand their BMI, which stands for body mass index. And then there would be some nice tutorials and videos. So you guys look forward to some nice talking about health and how you can do this daily. What are some other, okay, so let's talk a little about nutrition. One form of nutrition is what you consume. Another form of nutrition is your exercise. Who likes exercise here? Outstanding. So you want to get roughly about 30 minutes a day of exercising. You know, everyone's different in terms of what we're capable of doing. So as long as you stay active, I like to play basketball, maybe go running, swimming, biking, playing with friends. You know, getting out there and just getting some sun is good for vitamin D. So there's a lot of natural ways to get nutrition out there. You guys being outside and being in the sun, good source of vitamin D. What's another form of nutrition? Sleeping. How many hours does everybody like to sleep here? So yes, ideally if you guys can get 8 hours, that's outstanding. You want to really get good sleep. It'll help you with stress levels, anxiety. It'll really help you guys focus in school, which is want to do good in school, right? Oh, don't worry, okay. All right. Well, hey, as you grow, you'll get a lot better at it. So. Other forms of nutrition. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, you're jumping. You're getting movement. So think about it. When you guys are thinking about nutrition, nutrition is not only getting good quality food in throughout the day, but it's also getting good exercise, good sleep, and then of course taking time for yourself as well. So you want to take care. You want to get that 360 in your life when it comes to nutrition. All right. Well, I've got 5 more minutes. So last questions here.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
about,
We personally don't have our own yet, but if you go onto Instagram, we have a number of recipes, and we also show. In fact, maybe I'll leave my phone after if you guys want to come see what we do. I'll have a little some pictures here on my Instagram. You guys can just come by and check it out and look at some of the pictures. Okay.
what types of oils do you
That's a very good question. So what type of oils? So we do have sweet potato fries. So we do deep fat fry. Who knows what deep fat frying is? Okay, right on. So it's a term that we use when we take food and we dump it into hot grease. So we use what's called a non-GMO rice oil. It's a commodity oil. It's a little bit more expensive than your traditional oil, but it's cleaner. Why is it cleaner? It's cleaner. It has no inflammation, and more specifically, no trans fat. We want to control what type of fat we're taking in. But we also use olive oil. We use hemp oil, and those are the 3 oils we use. Anybody else? All right. So one by one, you guys can come on up here, see these pictures, and if anybody else has any, yeah.
All right, how about we'll let this table go first, okay? Yeah, thanks for just 1 more minute, 1 more minute.
How do you like that, guys? Would you like to give a big round of applause for our chef? Lovely, fantastic questions. I could never ask questions like you guys when I was a kid. Thanks, Ms. Heinzman, right here. And I understand you guys have garden back in there. And this all effort started with the garden in another school at LISD. And this is what it comes to, okay? And thank you, Chef, for beautiful, beautiful presentation and all the fantastic information that we got here. We'd also like to recognize, I think Ms. Dr. Brockman has left. She's assistant superintendent was here. Thank you all the volunteers and staff and teachers for having us here. And if you love it, we'll do it again next year. And maybe we'll have a different recipe. Okay.
All right, everybody give yourself a round of applause.
Thank you, good job, good job.